we'll get cracking. Thank you. This was just trying to pull everyone together to try and get a plan. I tried to set a bit of an agenda and some of my own thoughts, but as it's pretty unprecedented, please challenge it. Please, let's make sure we get to the right place on what we do over initially this first 2 weeks, and then beyond I'll talk through some of the possibilities that we could be faced with here. I thought it was worthwhile, those I'm sure we've all seen the footage from yesterday, but just I'll play this short video of Big Boris. Basically, the bit I wanted to highlight was the bit that's I've written down anyway, but when he's talking about non-essential travel and contact with others to curb coronavirus. The next one I wanted to highlight was people should work from home where possible. If one person in any household has a persistent cough or fever, everyone living there must stay at home for 14 days. So, just so that everyone's aware, this is what's gone out. This is what everybody's faced with. Rugby clubs, football clubs, businesses, whatever you like. And then I just wanted to, if you go to the last sheet, the statements. These are bits that I've taken from the RFL one and the RFU one. I've highlighted that bottom paragraph because I just thought it was pretty good. I sent it to Rich last night and Ben. Where possible, players at all levels are encouraged to maintain their own personal fitness, keep active during this time, whilst following government guidelines about safe distance and safe exercise environments. And I think that sentence in particular should be what we go with, should be our advice, should be what we try and do. Now, on the back of that, I've thought a lot about it over the last 12 hours of what we do and where we go. And all this is open for challenge today because it's unprecedented, we don't know where we're going, but we'll try and come out of this room today with a bit of a plan and some direction so that we take away as much uncertainty as we can. So, I'll give you my thoughts and my ideas, then please give me your thoughts and ideas. Let's get to the right place in it. So the next 2 weeks, which is the stand down period of fixtures for our sport, we have already moved quickly and stood down scholarship, academy and reserves from Kirkstone. They will not train here for the next 2 weeks. There will be no games, they will not train here. Right. Part of the thought process with that, after chatting with Ben and what the Scottish Rugby Union have done, our key asset here is our first team squad. So any way we can protect them, in particular, yes, we're protecting the other groups, but that squad in particular, because there's a lot of families involved there, and doing the right thing for if games start again in 2 weeks. So trying to remove as much as we can and keep Kirkstone as clean as possible for this next 2 week period. I'll come back to a plan for those 3 teams, what we're hoping to do with them. Then our first team, I think we've got 2 options. Right? So if you go to the back of sheet 1, we completely stand down for 2 weeks and provide home programmes. Right? And I've just listed some bits there that I think we should consider, and I think we probably should all tip in so that everyone understands how we're all working and coming together on it. So if I quickly went through some medical stuff, our full plan for rehab boys, what we're going to do if they don't come in, how can we keep them progressing and improving and getting people like Cruz, Jack Walker, what we're going to do with them. Are there any outstanding operations, specialist appointments that we need to consider, what we're going to do with them? And then if we decide to go down this route and stand everybody down for 2 weeks, can we put a rehab movement and mobility home programme together for guys to do at home? S&C, Black, I know you'll have this covered anyway, but plans for all first team players, including the injured boys. How do we pull all that together? How do we make sure that they're getting just a real black and white programme so there's no ambiguity with any of it? Weight CV, you know what you're doing there, but obviously make sure Rich sees all of that. videos on huddle, is there anything we can do? Is there anything we can put out there? I've used it under analysis. Are there any stats that we can highlight some bits? Are there any clips we can give people? Is there anything we can do where we can be really creative in this time we have? Or we go option 2. Now at this stage, this is probably my preference, because it's a combination of a home programme and running some optional sessions. And I use the word optional because I think our players should choose whether they come to Kirkstall or not. I think that's a decision for their families. But I think, well, I know Kirkstall will be the cleanest gym in Leeds. It's going to get disinfected again over the next couple of days. And if there's nobody else coming in the building, only us, and as long as we are really stringent on people who come in and what symptoms they have when they come in, we can keep this place ticking over and clean. What it does, it keeps some social interaction for the lads. It keeps the gym operational, and they're not going in commercial gyms, which I don't think will be clean like ours. And it allows Rich and our coaching team to continue some field sessions. As I've put on there, I think we limit the number that go in the gym because of social contact. I think perhaps we say 8 players max. We'd have to be creative with that. But I think if we're optional, I don't think everybody's going to come in anyway. But I think if we provide it, we can't have anybody unattended in there. If they're going to use commercial gyms, so be it. But we can't have anybody in Kirkstall on their own in the gym. So if somebody's going to come in and train, they need to run that by you, don't need to run the gym.
Yep.
I still think we should run some field sessions if we go down this route. And again, no combat, take away the physical contact. I know there might be some, we do, let's say you did 6 against 6, Rich, there might be some grab or tag, but as long as we're smart with anybody gets any symptoms, they're out the door, I think it's manageable. And it all goes with Davo's coughing now. So again, I'll re-highlight only first team players and staff at Kirkstall for the next 2 weeks. It's just us, right? And how we control that, if we decide to go option 2, is these are government guidelines now, and I've chatted it through with Marlon this morning. Anybody with a cough or high temperature has to self-isolate for 14 days, right? So the minute somebody has a symptom, they're gone. Unless they live alone, and then it's 7 days. Any family member with a cough or high temperature, that player or staff member has to self-isolate for 14 days. Those already off, we've got 8 at the minute, 4 players and 4 staff members. Stick to the initial guideline of 7 days, because this only came in yesterday. I've chatted this through with Marlon again, but you do not come back in until you've spoken to Marlon. So you've got to be symptom free, but you've got to have it cleared as well from the doc. I'll jump onto Scholarship Academy reserves. Ben, if you can pull some home programmes together similar to what it may be, they do some remote sessions, I don't know, I'll chat that through with you later on.
Yeah.
I suppose the big one for me is, what do we think?
Giving them a rest and having a mini pre-season. That's what that were my thoughts were. 2 week off. You know, we've done 5 months, haven't we?
Yeah.
I know we've only done 5 games, but we've been in 5 months. If we're into the end of November, that's 12 months.
Yeah.
Do we give them 2 weeks off? Unless it rapidly changes and it's in control and we know we're going to be playing that Challenge Cup game in 3 weeks' time, then we might say, you know, get them in back end of that week. But for me, I'm like, do we give them 2 full weeks off with a view to then going Monday, Wednesday, Friday, almost like we start a mini pre-season again?
If you sit in your house, I mean, how long can you go without training? Do you know what I mean? These lads will stop sleeping and they're going to go somewhere. So, speak up, Marlon.
We're also going to go off what the government's saying regarding work. I think Kev's points are valid in terms of they'll probably will access their own gyms, or they might do nothing, it might be conditional including. But the government's guidelines are not work. So they haven't stopped working, and this is counted as their work. So I think offering kind of voluntary session, I think appeals to players who've got young families who are concerned and don't want to come in because they're worried and they've made a decision themselves. But also we're offering them something because it's their part of work. I think until until the government states that we shouldn't be going to work, I think at the moment a 2 week kind of in between, I think sounds appropriate. I think, Rich, in terms of you're saying about 12 weeks. 12-week isolation is more to people who are vulnerable. So if you're over 17, or if you're pregnant, or if you've got cancer and you develop yourself symptoms, then you go into isolation for 12 weeks if you have the virus. For normal people, it wouldn't be 12 weeks.
Can we give them a break to mentally freshen, you know, because mentally you see where they were yesterday, do you know what I mean? Mentally freshen them up and then have a mini pre-season coming into May. I'm actually thinking more about what's best for the performance to get them from May till November in as fresh and good as fresh and physical state as they can, while avoiding, you know, I mean, if we can't stop them training, if they want to come in and train, then
it might be worth to help like what's everyone's position on public gyms, because that's something that I've thought about. I don't know the answer from an academy point of view.
I think they'll close down anyway.
Well, our local one has said they're going to remain open.
Oh, okay. Why don't we just
people's mental health.
why don't we just leave the gym open and that's it?
Because you just need somebody to be in there with that.
We can.
But you can't come in 6 till 6 every day.
No,
Yeah,
no, no. You put a slot. You put a slot. If they want to come, if they're back, you can come at this time.
But
That's what you said, with 20 people coming in.
Sessions, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have to run field sessions, but
No.
you
Just
can.
if you just worry about the gym because it's clean and stop them going to a dirty gym, and say squad numbers 1 to 6 is this time. If you want to come, squad numbers 7 to whatever.
I'm all for that. But you get what I'm saying about field sessions.
I'm in favour of it. If we're not going to start one there, yeah, absolutely, 2 week off. But I don't want it dropped on our toes in 2 weeks' time on Monday. You're playing Friday.
Well, that
You're back in.
But Kev, I don't think we'll have dropped off enough
Yeah.
for that 2 weeks that we'll be in a bad position then.
I'm a little bit
Can't
like,
hear you,
it's a cup time, play OKR. If that's scheduled again, well, we're supposed to play Cass on Thursday. We'll know by then if we're going to be in the following week, won't we? So that'll still give us 8 or 9 days to go bang, we're in. Is our drop-off going to be?
And if we do like home conditioning programs and let lads go for their own runs and do their own things and maybe like 2 or 3 sessions a week, I reckon we'll be in a position then.
If we were professional football, hold on, Jess. If we were Premiership footballers, right? If you scroll through now through Sky Sports News, right? There's like a Twitter feed of them all showing doing exercises and training in their own gyms. But we're not the Super League players, so actually, who's got a gym at home? Nobody's got one, so well, you might have one. Do you know what I mean? Someone might have a set of dumbbells, someone might have a bike, but actually, apart from going road running, which is not ideal for rugby players, they're going to need somewhere to train, aren't they? Otherwise, they're going to go stir crazy and bonkers.
And they will anyway, won't they? You know, in an off-season, they might have a week off where they go, but they all start.
Yeah.
They're quite religious, aren't they? We get it right. So I'm with that. I'm totally with that.
So why don't we go then? 2 week off, but we're going to open the gym up Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
And have a
And you've
WhatsApp
got-
group for the
and
max
you've got-
time of forwards.
You've got some slots to come in and train. We do not want you in public gyms. I think that's the message.
Yeah, I agree.
Do we all agree?
Yeah.
And then we make sure that all rehab and stuff they can probably do at home.
Even we can offer a slot within that if everyone's
Within that time.
The one thing that I need to speak to Marvin about, and I don't know what Gaz's thoughts are, is whether we treat them, whether a protocol that we can put in place of cleaning and cleaning after to actually to perform manual therapy on them. But from a rehab standpoint, we can set up a gym slot.
I think that goes against, if we're getting small groups in the gym, say 8 people, and we're talking about spatial awareness and stuff like that, I think that flies in the face of treatment.
Well, I think there's a real responsibility for all of us, but especially players, that they're really smart with the time that they spend away from here, so it's families, and do self-isolate. But actually, the minute they get any temperature or cough, they just don't come in, or anybody family member. They just and they put the team first, which is part of what we're about, isn't it?
Yeah.